Alright, today we're going to pull the tire off of my Dodge and we're going to replace the rotor and wheel bearings as well as the seal on the back, and then we're going to replace the rubber brake hose line, and the tie rod is also loose. So let's get going. Alright, now we're ready to go after the cotter pin behind this dust cover. Alright, now we have this little retaining clip, looks like that, and then the nut. Just a little bit past hand tight. And the nut. And there's a washer here. Don't lose this washer. Okay, and now the bearing is ready to slide on out. You want to just put your thumb here so the bearing doesn't fall in the dirt. Pull it off sharply. There we go. Alright, and I just noticed that the ABS sensor is cracked. So while we're in here, I gotta run to the parts store and grab a replacement for that. Alright, now we're putting in the bearing. Bearings there, seal. Fully greased bearing. That's how you know when it comes out the other side there, you're good to go. Drop it in. Oh, I actually want to clean that off. Put her back together. We got our washer first. Cheap gloves. I'm not gonna say where I got them.
You like that
not gonna
place?
Throw anyone under the bus. I do like that place, but if you know, you know.
And if you don't know, well, now you know.
Alright, and if it doesn't line up the first time, you just rotate it and find where it lines up. And this cotter pin is way too long, so we're going to snip that off. And I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I put some grease around this to help seal it up from the dirt and water. There we go. Wheel still spins. You can check and make sure there's no play. We're good. Put the cap on. we're seated. Alright, so this hose that Rock Auto sent me has another hole here. And the hose on my truck, there's no hole. So I don't think I can use this part unless I were to plug that off. But I'll have to find the right one. Now we're gonna replace the tie rod end. Show you how it's loose here. Can you see that? 7/8 bolt. Do it loose, but leave it on a little bit. Then you want to pull down on the tie rod or push. Alright, now we gotta count how many turns it takes so that we know roughly where the other one goes on. So it's reverse thread, so right is actually loosening it. So 1, 21 turns, and this comes off. So we can also look at this line of dirt and we can measure that distance, assuming that the overall length is the same. And that'll allow us to set back to where it was originally when I had it aligned. Passenger side is completely done. We have a new outer tie rod, new inner tie rod, new rotor, wheel bearings, seal, caliper, brake line, shock, greased everything. Driver's side, new inner tie rod, new outer tie rod, caliper, shock, rotor, wheel bearings, seals, greased everything in the steering. This nut wiggles loose over time because of the vibrations from the motor, I'm guessing. So if you guys have a second gen Dodge, probably every oil change or so, you want to tighten that up. Other than that, it's starting to rain right now, so I didn't really film very much tonight. Had to get it done. The only thing left over here is to replace this original brake line with the inner tie rods. This is the part number. If any of you guys are looking for one, ES3171RL. Apparently I got unlucky, and in 2000 they switched to a different style taper, which I explained just previously. So anyway, it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna hit that brake line another day. But yeah, she's ready for the alignment shop. Should be good. Alright, so I think I figured it out. That right there is the original part for a 99 Dodge. This part here is for a 2000 Dodge. And after measuring and researching part numbers, in 2000 to 2002, for the same exact truck, they changed the taper size of the steering inner tie rod arm, and you can just see it's totally different. So gotta put my tools away for the night. Parts coming in tomorrow, So we'll be back at it, hopefully get this thing all wrapped up.